Welcome into the first ever video episode of the Bourbon and a Buddy podcast. My name is Shane Reardon. This is Darryl Postelnick. You know him from Instagram, you know him from TikTok as Cooking with Darryl, that just before the pandemic, or about when the pandemic started, you took over the internet as the most famed home chef in America with some of the best Blackstone content and just cooking in your kitchen for your family and your kids.
Yeah,
that's about right.
That's exactly.
And
what
now
happened.
you have completely. Have you changed your career? Are you still doing your full-time job, and then this is just?
No, I do have a full-time job. It's a company out of the UK, so it's the hours work for me.
Okay.
And really, I do all my filming at night. It's all like for dinner.
Okay.
So I do it 2-3 times a week. I film my dinner. Sometimes I'm able to make 2 videos out of one.
Yeah.
And I post 3 times a week.
And that's the epitome of being a dad cooking at home, that you don't have the luxury of just picking something to make outside of your regular meal schedule. You're filming the dinner you're actually giving your family.
Exactly.
Okay.
Every time.
Well, thank you to Wyoming Whiskey, who's a great sponsor of this podcast. Darryl can't do bourbon.
I'm sorry.
It's the heartburn a little bit too much, so I will drink for both of us today.
Thank you. Very bad college experience, Shane.
Yeah, I believe it. All right, so what we're going to do today is Smashburgers. If you've come out to White Sox tailgates, my White Sox tailgates on my Blackstone, I do a lot of Smashburgers. We're gonna do a homemade aoli with homemade mayonnaise right here with an immersion blender. I'm gonna start the process, Darryl.
Yep.
But you do Smashburgers as well, right?
I do. It seemed to be one that I could do them 10 times, and it's like it gets multi-million views. I don't get it. There were times that I said, I just did it. I'm not doing it again. And it did 24 million views.
24 million views on Smashburgers.
Yes, and it was one I didn't. My daughter made me do it because her cheer team was coming over and they wanted to be in the final shot.
Are you kidding me?
And it did, actually, it's probably closer to 30 million now.
Wow, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it was probably the 5th time I posted Smashburgers.
What has surprised you the most? What
content
has
takes off?
surprised you the most?
What content actually goes viral is what my biggest surprise.
Okay.
I could make what I call my top 5 recipes, my top 5 meals. I think they're the best tasting. I think they've got the best ingredients, and they do okay in a sense of views.
Yeah.
Yet I make hot dogs and I wrap them in the plastic bag with the bun to steam them, and they do 2 million.
I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my favorite videos too, because I've never seen that before. I've never seen someone put hot dog buns back in a bag, steam them to warm them up like you're at a hot dog shop.
Yeah.
God, that's perfect. So first step on the mayonnaise, the base of the aioli. I put 3 egg yolks in here, right? So we wanna hit that also with a little bit of acid, and I'm gonna do it via white balsamic vinegar and also some freshly squeezed lemon juice. We're also gonna make this a little spicy. So I'm gonna go in with some whole chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, and then pretty much olive oil until this thing is at the consistency that we like. So the whole thing with making your own mayonnaise at home is you don't wanna season it until the end, because the salt really messes with egg yolks. So I like to wait and salt and then grate a little bit of garlic in there as well. Ideally, this would be garlic confit, but I didn't do it last night, so we're just gonna go with a little bit of regular garlic. Do you ever make your own?
I do not,
No?
but I gotta tell you something. I actually I may start doing it.
Yeah, it's
after
so
seeing
easy.
this.
Big old mason jar, 3 egg yolks, a little bit of white balsamic vinegar, lemon juice, and then I'm gonna start off with a little bit of olive oil, probably about 4 tablespoons, and then we'll start blending, and then I'm gonna slowly stream more olive oil in. You see that nice orange color? Keep it going. And you wanna keep this going for probably a good, 2-3 minutes until it gets to the consistency that you want. It'll thicken up.
Now, what did you say about the garlic? When do you?
I'm gonna put it in a second when it gets to the consistency that I want, and then I will we'll blend it a little bit more.
How long will this last in the fridge?
Honestly, Darryl, I have no clue. So I would just use That's probably about the consistency. I would make as much as you want to use in that moment.
Yeah,
I
okay.
am not good with like food safety. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna be completely upfront. I'm not good with food safety. When I do my Shane's Meat hits on the Bernstein and Rahimi and Lawrence Holmes show, my thing is don't be afraid to get sick every once in a while. And I know that's probably not great for someone who's trying to launch a little bit of a food thing here, but don't be afraid to get sick every once in a while. You've been sick on hangovers. You've been sick on something else. Wouldn't you rather make some food and then get sick that way?
Yeah.
All right, so that is at about the consistency that I want, and I know that you can probably see that. I don't know if people at home can see it. It's perfect. It's when you make your own mayonnaise, there you go. When you make your own mayonnaise,
Ooh, good spice.
you can control like the amount of sugar that goes in there. I didn't put any sugar in there, but the majority of mayonnaise that you buy in the store has a bunch of preservatives and sugar that you wouldn't know.
Makes it last a long time too. That's the other thing.
A little bit of salt, and we should be good. You tasted it. Did it?
Oh yeah, it's got a kick. Definitely got a kick to it.
All right, let's see. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. So that will go on the bottom bun and the top bun of these Smashburgers.
Now I know you like keeping the soup in your beard. You like the aoli in there. There you go.
Is it in there?
You got it.
I get it. That's why we have soap. That's why we have soap back here. So, Darryl, you have a absolutely beautiful backyard, and people have probably seen it on TikTok. You do a lot of your Blackstone cooking out there, and you've got the birch barrel, and you've got a green egg.
Yep.
What's your favorite piece back there to use?
So I'm going to tell you right now, of the green egg, birch barrel, the Blackstone, and the Alpha oven. That
like
Alpha
oven, right?
oven, well, yes, but I keep telling them it's not a pizza. It's not just a pizza.
Okay.
It is probably the best way to make a steak is in that oven. And I got a video that's going to be releasing in the next week or so. That is, you'll see what I mean. It is 4 to 5 minutes in an Alpha oven at 900 degrees, and it's perfect. So anyway, that to me is fun because it's different, right? Anyone could go on a birch barrel's a great grill, green egg's a great smoker and a grill. It's kind of normal every day.
Yeah.
The stuff you can experiment and do in that Alpha oven is phenomenal. I just love it.
What's your favorite thing to make?
I love making
Content be damned. Like, forget the content. When you're just doing something for yourself, what do you like?
That's a great, I mean, my kids are carnivores, right? So every time it's steak. We can eat steak 5 days a week.
Sure.
So whether it's a skirt steak with burrito bowls, whatever it is, that seems to be the best of making it a different way, making it with different sauce, something like that. Probably, the steak is any kind of meat is some of my favorites. It's the biggest request my family
What's your
gives
favorite
me.
cut?
That's a great question. So it used to always be when I was younger and inexperienced, a filet.
Yeah.
And now it's either a New York or a ribeye, and it's just ridiculous. I
love that.
I just love it.
I love that. When you do your Smashburgers, do you just go ground chuck, or do you ground your own?
No, but I should.
Okay.
You see, now you're getting into chef stuff, Shane.
Yeah.
And I'm not a self-proclaimed chef. I tell everyone that when they tell me my chopping skills suck, when they tell me I did all this wrong, I'm like, hey, I'm just a dad who likes to cook, right? And it's a hobby.
It doesn't matter how you got there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I would love to do that.
Okay.
And I think that might be the next step.
Okay.
But
I
right
will
now,
tell you-
I go and get 75-25,
Okay.
maybe 80-20, because I want that fat.
Yep.
And I still add butter to it.
Okay.
Just
Perfect.
because.
Yeah, you should. And you love your bacon up on the Blackstone.
love the bacon
So
up.
I'm gonna go bacon grease. This is
Nice.
not bacon up, but this is from
That's all
bacon
right.
for a
Your
while.
own.
It's gonna
Atta
grease
boy.
up our skillet a little bit.
Beautiful.
And then for
Damn, I could
my,
have brought you some.
you could have brought me some bacon up. How short-sighted. For my mix, I buy my own ground chuck so I can control the fat content, and then I grind that at home in the KitchenAid mixer, right? This is probably close to 70-30, I'd say.
Awesome.
So
Okay,
we'll go
perfect.
that. Don't season your ground beef before you make your burgers. Season it after you press, because the salt and the pepper just break down the ground beef in the process. So
we're consistent
yeah,
there.
okay, so we do that the same. So I'm gonna put that in,
Nice.
let it sit for a second, and then grab some butcher paper or parchment paper, and then your smasher. If you don't have a smasher, a couple spatulas with just a little bit of pressure. I'm gonna go right here, smash it down, hold for about 5, 6 seconds. And come back up. Probably a little bit more. You want a double or you want a single? How do you normally go?
I can go double.
You can go double.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. Go
So,
big, go home.
season after you press, just salt and pepper. That's all I do on the burgers. I know some people like to add garlic powder or paprika or
And you
something like
season
that.
it before you flip because you want it smashed in there when you flip it.
And then I'll season the other side as well.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
What cheese do you use?
90% of my burgers, I use white American
Okay.
for no other reason than my kids love Swiss,
Yeah.
and I trick them into it's white,
Okay.
which is Swiss,
Yeah.
and to me, it's the best melting cheese out there.
Okay. All right. I subscribe to the school of thought that the only cheese that should ever be used on a smash burger is a Kraft American
Old
single.
school. Lasts for a
American
couple
single.
years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can have Kraft singles in your fridge. I mean,
forever.
growing up, my parents are great grocery shoppers, but you find those 5 or 6 individual slices that find their way out of the bag and the bottom of your crisper. And
Forever.
Yeah,
Forever.
they're good.
It's delicious. So now you're going to get that great crust on there, which
this
is to me the whole deal with the
This
smash.
is my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing in the world. Favorite thing. Look at that.
Yeah.
I think there's a camera overhead. I'm not sure. I don't know the studio very well. So about 90 seconds, maybe a little bit less, depending on the thickness of the patty. Then I'm going 1 Kraft American single on there. Let that melt down, and then we'll see if this is warm enough to toast off
Nice. Okay.
our buns a little bit. I don't think it is.
Brioche.
So there we go. Brioche from Mariano's.
Beautiful.
The only bun you
Yeah.
need.
Can't go wrong.
The only bun you need. Brioche from Mariano's.
Now, on my smaller smash burgers, I am a huge fan of the Hawaiian rolls.
Oh,
I just think they got
absolutely.
that great
Yeah.
sweetness and taste. And on the small guys, beautiful. But
Absolutely.
on a burger,
Yeah.
gotta go brioche.
Absolutely.
And by the way, don't be afraid. Put a little bacon grease on that too.
Do you put your bacon grease on
just
the bun?
saying.
Okay. No,
I'm
we're
just
doing
saying.
it then.
Don't be afraid.
We're doing it. I'm not going to be afraid. What has surprised you most from how you've taken off just as a suburban dad cooking for his family to now being legitimately an internet sensation? What surprised you the most?
I honestly, God, don't get it.
Why not?
I ask people all the time, like, oh my God, I love you. I'm like, why? Seriously. I mean, I kind of think I'm a normal dude. I got a pretty good sized group of friends. I do a lot with my kids. I do a lot with the neighbors. And, I don't do anything. I don't think that's unique.
Okay.
So maybe I just have questions about why.
Why people enjoy you so
Yeah.
much.
Now, people go, well, I like it because I can make anything you make, which is absolutely true.
Okay.
I mean, people will see this aoli and go, wow.
Yeah,
Even though
but
you
how easy
did
was
it
that?
so
Yeah.
so easy,
Yeah.
so easy. Yet, I go, I'm going to make this week, I'm going to do some, sausage and peppers.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to do it because it's more of a camping theme.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it with a bottle of Reals, right?
Sure.
Throw it in there. And I'll get hate like you wouldn't believe. Make it yourself. Make it yourself. And it's just not the normal thing that people do, right?
And people are the worst. How many people that are actually commenting that are actually making their own sauce at home? They're not.
No.
They're just trying to give you shit.
So that's just the way it is. You gotta have you really have to have a thick backbone to be in this business.
Yeah.
Because my wife says to me all the time, she goes, I read every comment, by the way.
You do.
Every single comment.
Okay. All right.
Now I don't reply to them all.
Working in sports radio, I can tell you, don't read the comments.
No, because I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I don't, it doesn't, if this thing ended tomorrow, Shane,
Yeah.
I'm good. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not, this isn't my job, right?
Yeah.
I'm lucky, it happened,
Yeah.
and now I enjoy it,
Okay.
right? And I
Yeah.
love the sponsors I have, and I have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't care what I didn't do this really to, make 2.5 million new friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's happened. I love my followers. I really do. I interact with them, and that's why I do read all the comments. I think it's important as a marketer to read and interact with your base.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I guess maybe people are being nicer to you than they are on the tech screen or on the Twitch stream of our stupid little radio show.
Don't assume that.
Because, well, Darryl, I don't know what I've done to offend so many people. I think I'm a decently likable guy, but I sit there for 4 hours doing a radio show, and every other text message is, this guy's a disgrace to talk radio. He's a disgrace to Chicago.
Yeah.
They shouldn't put him on video anywhere. I'm just trying to live my life, right man?
So here's what I found out. When you challenge those people, so, which I do, I'll have a couple cocktails after I'm reading comments. I don't normally do it without them.
Yeah.
And I'll go at someone, whether I call them a snowflake, whether I do this, whether I just challenge them. Because people will say you're a sellout, because I have sponsors. And I have people that want to pay me to promote product that I use.
Yeah.
So my question,
looks very comfortable.
By the way, they're making my own shirt. It's wonderful.
And did you, 2 years ago, you'd never think that Roback would be making the Cooking with Darryl shirt?
Never.
That's insane,
Never.
man.
But the thing is so when I challenge these haters, so when someone says, you're a sellout, oh my God, every time I watch you, all you're doing is promoting. You're like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
That's what they say. I reply back, do you work? Do you get paid to work?
Yeah.
And 90% of them go, I'm sorry, man, I love your stuff. They just want to be noticed. They want the attention.
God.
That's what I find with 80, 90% of the haters. And the ones that just want to keep grinding at you, I block them.
Good.
Because who cares?
Good. Who cares?
Don't care.
I don't care either. All right, so let me get a plate here. We'll let you eat first.
Looks freaking
and then when
delicious,
we're done,
man.
I'll make myself one. So,
Can I toss one of these?
yeah, of course.
All right.
I do a spicy pickle, just equal parts vinegar and water, and then a bunch of like jalapenos and red pepper flakes. And
How
are they good?
how long you go with them?
As long as I can.
No, before you start eating them, before they're ready to go.
Yeah, as long as I can, like 7-8 days before I really want some. Yeah,
those are good.
It's not a quick pickle by any means.
And by the way, a necessity on a Smashburger is a pickle.
Yeah, of course. Out of all of the kitchen appliances that you use, we didn't get a very good toast on this. I don't know what's going on with that.
That's all right.
But it's all right. Out of all the kitchen appliances you use at home, which one is your favorite? Sticking with the theme that anyone can do what you do at home.
So you're talking more on cast iron versus Lodge versus Dutch. I love a cast iron. I think it's I think people don't use it enough.
Okay.
In fact, I'm trying to get some of my partners to say you need to get into the cast iron business.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about an alpha oven, that's got this, gets up to 800-900 degrees.
Yeah.
So love a great cast iron, whether you're basting a steak, a chop, fish, I don't care what it is.
Sure.
It's a necessity.
This
is my second favorite, and I have this exact same one.
Yeah, the Dutch oven.
Love it. Love it.
This cast iron has been in my family for like 100 years.
Yeah, as long as you take care of it, it's golden, man.
Yeah, they're perfect. All right, so this is it right here. Patties are a little bit thicker than I think I would normally go, but that's okay. So I think we'll just cut this in half.
Yeah, we
just
gotta
share
show it.
Okay.
Yeah, hell
All right.
yeah.
All right, so let's take it off the plate then. And then I'd say you go for it. Ooh, perfectly medium rare burger.
Look at it. Look at the juice.
I love it. Throw this gum out. Let's give it a shot. Jesus Christ.
You kidding me?
Are you kidding me? All right. I think that's pretty good.
Aoli.
It's a nice addition, right?
Oh, yeah. You might be seeing that in the video. I'll give you a shout out. Oh, man.
God damn. Yeah. Holy cow. Thank you. So,
Wow.
that whole process with us talking throughout and a couple little breaks, 15, 20 minutes. Like, you can replicate your favorite fast food burger at home very, very simply and cheaply. Like, I've got more here because I'm going to make for people in the building, but it is very simple to replicate your own favorite fast foods.
Yeah.
Fast food items, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for coming by.
That was
I'm
awesome.
spitting all over the place. Jesus Christ. This is going on the internet. How do you, all right, that's my question.
Yeah.
How do you not embarrass yourself?
I don't care.
No?
I
You
don't
care?
Listen, if you can't make fun of yourself,
Yeah.
there are times that I have outtakes that I don't put in, and I started putting them in.
Yeah.
That gets more views. People like it. Shows you're a little human.
Yeah.
I don't need everything to be pure. I will tell you, about a year ago, I was stuck, maybe at 1.3 million followers, stuck. I'm talking about for 3 months, did not move.
Yeah.
In fact, I was losing. And I went and talked to one of my buddies. I'm a 15-year Microsoft guy.
Yeah.
One of my really good buddies runs the whole Xbox and Surface division. I went and spoke with him. He goes, I am enamored by your channel. Like, I watch every video. I analyze you. I do this. So I said, tell me what the problem is.
Yeah.
And he goes, very simple. You are reading every comment and you're listening to your critics. You are trying to be a professional. You're not a pro. You're not a cook. You're a cook. You're not a chef.
Okay.
So when people tell you your cutting skills suck, you're trying to make the cutting skills good. When people say get rid of that damn chopper, that, by the way, before this all started, I use it because it's in the house.
Yeah.
People don't want to see that. When I don't use the chopper, you know what I get? Where the hell's the chopper? Where the hell's the chopper? So I think it's more of, as I go, I'm just being me.
Yeah.
You know, can I get better? Can I learn certain techniques? Sure. But if you refine too much, I don't know if people want to see that. Maybe they want to see me mispronounce everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of it isn't on purpose.
The Tomatillo Scandal. The
By the way,
fiasco.
do you know something? When I went and saw my buddy, I left his house, went to my Arizona place, and filmed that video.
Yeah.
And I even say in there, I was with my buddy, I don't know how to pronounce it, Tomatillo, that's how
Yeah.
it sounds.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They hated that.
Hated it.
They hated
I was disrespecting the Mexican culture. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Of course I wasn't. You know, people mispronounce stuff.
No, you just mispronounced it.
And it went nuts. So I had to, of course, do a backup to that video recently, calling that person out. And you know what that person said? He has reached out to me 3 times on separate DMs going, I was young and dumb when I sent. I go, dude, no, I'm not trying to call. I just needed to call out a statement.
Yeah.
And yours was the one I picked.
Yeah.
I go, we're all good. Don't worry about it.
Well, thank you for coming by here. I will continue to read the comments on all of my hate speech, but but hopefully I'll let it affect me a little bit less.
Oh, yeah. Let it run off, man.
Hope everyone learned a little bit of something. I hope if you didn't know Darryl, you know Darryl now, and you watch all of his content on both Instagram and TikTok at CookingwithDarryl. Is there an underscore there?
On Instagram, it's cooking_with_Darryl. On TikTok, it's cooking_with_Darryl.
Cooking with Darryl. Darryl
Awesome.
Paselnik, thank you very
Shane.
much. I appreciate
That
it.
was great. I'm going to get back to eating this.
Yeah.